qualified leads and leads that don't waste your time can be difficult. And depending on what systems you use, you may have more or less success. So I came across this piece of software called Query, QQwery. And it's an interesting one to explain because it's kind of like a chatbot, but an automated chatbot, and it's kind of like a form, but there's so much more to it. Let me just share my screen here and show you exactly what this does. And bear with me, because when you look at it initially, you'll think, that looks really simple, okay? And this is, I think, the power of this software, that it looks really simple, but there's a lot of power behind it. So here, let me just show you a form here. So here's a test lead form that I have, and you see it has 8 questions. And let me go in and let me just show you this form here. Okay, so let me just go back here, and it's going to copy that, and I'm going to go in here and show you the form. So you would embed this on your website, and then it asks you a series of questions. Okay, and this one here is for me trying to get leads for my English coaching, and you see it goes through all of these options. And at the end, it asks you to enter in your email address and enter in your telephone number if you are qualified. So seems easy enough, right? Let's just go in here and let me create a new form. And when you go in, you see there's lots of things up on the screen there. You just go create form, create with AI, test for review. I'm going to put in here. I click on next. This is going to be to qualify leads. And I click on next. And what do I want to achieve? Now, here's where the power comes into this system. What I can do is I can type in what I wanted to achieve, or I can choose from a template that they have. So qualified leads, job application screening, customer feedback, there's a lot of options. But here I'm going to go for sales, and I'm going to say qualified leads. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add to this. So I've already done a little bit of addition here. So I've said identify high value prospects. I'm looking for people who answer yes to improve their communication skills, but not interested in people who are looking for everyday English. If they are, the form must end. And I'm going to say they must be given an option to enter their email. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing I'm going to say is I only want to work with people who have higher, intermediate, or upper levels of English. If not, the form ends, and they are asked to enter their email for a follow-up. They must be willing to invest from €50, otherwise the form will end, etc. Now, here, what I'm going to do is, if they are qualified, they will then be asked for name, email, and phone number for Richard to reach out to them. Okay, so let's see how this works. Now, because it's AI, every time you create a form, even if you use the same criteria, the form will be slightly different. Okay, give options to rank what they want to achieve with business English, and also give a area for them to type in more information. Okay, so now I'm actually going to save that prompt just to have it so that I can reuse it, and I'll show you. So what I do now is I just simply click create form, and what it does is it goes and it analyzes what I've typed in, and it starts to create questions for you. And then what it does is it allows you to start to, well, it automatically builds the logic of if the person answers this, if they answer that, they go to this area, etc. So to get a quick form created is quite easy. You can get a lot more complex by going in and using the logical branching yourself. So I could say if this condition is met and this condition is met, then they must branch to this particular part. Now, I haven't gone in that deep because the forms that are generated are actually fine. Okay. Okay, I can see one thing here that it says, are you willing to invest at least 50 euros a month? That's not what I actually wanted. I wanted it to do something else. So let's go live with this form and let's just run through this form here and see what it gives me. Okay. So I say, let's start. So this is why I say it's like a chatbot. Okay. What do you want to improve more? I'm going to say everyday English. Okay. Can you share your email so we can follow up? So that has done it perfect. That what it's actually done is I said everyday English and it's actually gone and it said, no, that's not what we want. So let me just duplicate this form because it's because I'm cookied. It's obviously going to know that my responses were like that. So I'm going to duplicate this form and I'm going to copy link and we're going to run through this again. Okay, the form is closed. Okay, so here I just need to go into the form. I need to go live with it. I need to copy and I go here and it asks me. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that I do want to improve my business English. Okay, business communication. Perfect. I have upper intermediate. Are you willing to invest at least 50 euros a month? I have to change that because I mean the minimum per class would be 50. Okay, so I'm going to say yes. And here I can actually rank these. So I can say I want this one here, I want that one here, etc. Okay, so I submit that. And tell me a bit about your goals or timeline. Okay, to improve and get better. Okay, and I send that. Great. What's your full name? Richard Butler. Enter your email address. Okay. And it should ask me to enter my phone number. Now, the only thing that, okay, so here we have to be careful because here I'm going to have to see about entering some logic because it's asked me for my email twice. Okay, the only thing that I don't like is that it always comes up with thank you, create your query form here. So seems very simple. Now, here's where I see the power of this. If I go in here, first of all, I can see the questions, okay, and I can go in and I can edit all the different questions. Then I can see the logic. And this is the logic of the form, okay? So go here, go here. What do you want to improve? Okay, if you want to improve English here, and it's everyday English, it goes to, or if it's other, it goes to, can you send your email? So you see the way the logic goes here, that I can go in and I can decide, okay, if it's a multiple choice question, it can go a certain way. Okay, are you willing to invest 50 euros? And it says, if it's empty, no less than 50, it will jump to, can you share your email so we can follow up? Now that was done automatically. And as I said, if I want to go more in depth, what I can actually do is I can actually go in and I can change all the logic there. And I will do an updated video on that. But for now, I mean, I'm happy with the way it goes. Integrations, I can add integrations here. So I can add SendGrid, Mailgun, Notion, Calendly, etc. Now, what I probably would like here is maybe something like TidyCal, because a lot of people who buy lifetime deals use TidyCal, or maybe the equivalent that AppSumo will have for their email system as well. And the name evades me right now. Here I can put in translations if I want to translate to another language. I have my settings here, okay, where I can change my display, receive emails, okay, when somebody actually fills up the form. I can change the language setting. I can actually put in a language lock, so they have to respond in English. I can set up a custom domain. Okay, very simple to set up the custom domain here. I can go into hidden fields if I want to have hidden fields, SEO, links, etc. Now, this is what I really like about this software, and this is where the power starts to come in. That it tells me the submissions, okay, that have been done. It tells me the summary, okay, of the questions. It gives me analytics here. And imagine you're getting 50 people a day filling up your forms. It starts to tell me the drop off, okay, of each question. It tells me how engaged they were on each question. It tells me the devices, the browsers, the operating system. I mean, it gives me a lot of analytics here. Campaign performance here, it would give me as well. It gives me insights, okay. Lead quality, 100%, okay. And then what it's going to do is it's going to give me the leads, and it gives me the lead quality, and it tells me why it gives me that quality scoring, okay. So if we have bad leads, we would say 10% are good, 90% are bad, etc. So let me go back to the other form that I had, test for review. And if I go into pipeline and if I go into leads, here it's going to tell me one unqualified. Okay, so one was, I mean, 100% have been qualified, but the qualification of them is that they're bad. Okay, this was given 15 out of 100. Okay, lead selected everyday English outside of the business scope, provided only email address, did not supply budget, proficiency level, or timeline, not a fit for immediate sales follow-up. So that's really good. I know that I'm not going to follow up with this particular one. And if I click on it, I see the summary here. And I could, if I wanted, I could go in and follow up with that person at some point. Okay, but right now I don't want to follow up with that person. Okay. It's a really good piece of software, I have to say. Let me just stop sharing there. And it's something that I feel is very good at the lifetime price. It's very good to have. It's easy to use. It's easy to set up. Where it gets more difficult, shall we say, is when you want to start doing the logic that you can move it from here to here to here to here and branch it out. But I think that's also the power of it. If you have any questions, do let me know. But if lead qualification is something that you need, then I think this is definitely going to be good as part of your tech stack. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you in my next review video. Make sure that you like this video. If you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook, make sure you leave a comment, and I shall see you very, very soon.